Former Allison Mack, widely remembered for her role as Chloe Sullivan on the TV series Smallville, has spoken in unprecedented detail about her involvement with the cult-like organization NX1VM in the new podcast series Uncover Allison. After NXIVM, she admits she deliberately leveraged her celebrity status as a power tool to recruit and influence others to follow the agenda of NX1VM's leader, Keith Raniere. Mack explains that the fame she once viewed as a career asset became, in her words, a power tool that I had to get people to do what I wanted. She acknowledges that she was very effective in moving Keith's vision forward, positioning herself not merely as a recruit, but as a high-level operative within NXIVM's inner circle. She details how she was introduced to NXIVM through a personal development program promoted to her by a fellow actor. Over time, the group's pitch of empowerment gave way to darker dynamics, including recruitment, branding of women, and coercion. Deeply introspective, Mack now reflects on both her own vulnerabilities and the harms she caused. She describes her role as both victim and perpetrator. The legal consequences of her involvement were significant. Mack pleaded guilty to racketeering and racketeering conspiracy charges in 2021, acknowledging her part in recruiting women into NX1VM's secret subgroup called DOS, which the prosecution said was designed as an exploitative hierarchy in which women were controlled and branded. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison and released early in July 2023. In the podcast, she details how her status, as a familiar face from television, enabled her to approach potential recruits under the guise of mentorship or opportunity, masking the coercive intent behind the group's messaging. She says that fame gave her credibility that she then used to sway others. Mack also opens up about the psychological and emotional terrain that led her into NX1VM, a search for meaning after her acting career, underlying feelings of emptiness or powerlessness, and a readiness to believe in a cause. Once inside, she assumed responsibility for guiding others into the system. Now, Mack says, she is focused on accountability, working through remorse, and trying to understand the full impact of her actions. The podcast is framed not as an excuse but as a public reckoning. She wants to expose how the cult operated, her part in it, and how fame can be weaponized under the guise of self-improvement.